Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and remember I told y'all that I fell earlier over there? Look, I got that cleaned up, not all the way. The hallway is a little messy, but the only thing that is left in this room is the mattress and mattress and be careful. Well, I hope not, because that'd be the second thing that broke tonight. Because, fine, don't talk to me. My teapot I brought in here, and then in the closet that's the baby's. And then that's my bag. But I did that, and then we're going to take this mattress in the other room. That's what they're doing right now, is they're breaking down that bed frame in there and putting the mattresses on the ground. So that we could put all the mattresses in there and have all the bed frames broke down, because tomorrow is Wednesday and they're coming on Thursday. And but I was saying, so remember when I fell earlier? I think I might have pulled a muscle in my left thigh. My right knee is the knee that went out and was the reason that I fell. My right knee has been bothering me, like, to the point where I can't even hardly walk. Since October, I think? I can't remember when, like, I know my legs been hurting since May. Like, it started with my spine, and then, like, now it's just like it's like my body. Anyways, and it's nighttime. But it wasn't until I went up and down the steps a couple of times, which is not easy because it's hard for me to go up and down the steps, to where I'm like, okay, my left leg hurts. So I'm thinking I might, and so like now, if I sit down, I can't sit too low, which is going to be hard because I'm like going to be sleeping on the floor so we can break down the frames. But yeah, I didn't notice it until I went to try to get up, and I'm like, yeah, not earlier, like after I finished this room, that's when I was like, my left leg kind of hurts. And me and Gary, we were taking if y'all seen it earlier, there was like 3 big yellow boxes. We were taking them downstairs, and there was a jar of spaghetti sauce that we had up here because we fixed I think it's pizza dip. I can't remember what he called it, but we fixed some for New Year's, but then we brought a jar up so that if we wanted to fix more, the jar was up here. But anyways, so we had that jar up here for that. It wasn't open. So Gary put it in a bag so that we can take it downstairs and put it with the other pasta stuff, and it fell out of the bag. And it broke on the steps. So we had to clean that up. It wasn't fun. But yeah, now I'm in bed. I probably go to bed early because I'm in major pain. It's not just my leg. It's of course my whole body. And I think it's 16 degrees outside. So that's also not helping. Like I said, I have sickle cell trait, and I'm weather sensitive to the cold. And so my body is fighting against the elements, against biology. I don't think that's the right sentence that I want to say. My body is fighting. Right now, my body is going through a couple of things. It's fighting Paget's, which is the bones. It's fighting sickle cell, which, yes, is my blood, but it's also my muscles. And then I'm fighting just tiredness, and I'm packing. So, and having to go up and down the steps when on a regular day, just carrying me up and down the steps is very, very hard. But trying to carry things or drag things behind me and let it come, slowly walk it down the steps, I am feeling it. And I'm old AF. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm tired. Physically and a little mentally. So, I am praying that tomorrow the whole house will be packed up. Because what they told us today, like Gary went down there and asked them, because it's like, okay, we were supposed to sign the paper on the 2nd. We didn't get to sign it on the 2nd. So they were like, you're going to sign it on the 9th. And I'm like, okay, but the movers are supposed to come on the 5th. And like last year, which was last March of 2025, y'all told us that we can't let you move anything in, and like you can't go to the apartment until you sign the lease. So it's like, okay, so if I'm signing my lease on the 9th, but y'all were moving us on the 5th, how is that gonna happen? How you gonna move me in before I can move in? And see, that the problem is, it's they are paying for the movers. Like they're paying, I'm guessing $350, because it's like it cannot be rescheduled. And if you cannot move on that day, then you have to pay them. I don't have $350 to pay the movers. So, I have to have everything that I can have downstairs to be moved. And most of the boxes up here were heavy boxes, and so we had to carry stuff in our arms up and down the steps. And like we had to have boxes that, okay, one person holds the back and the other person walks it down, but it's just me and Gary because we're the only two adults, because the only other two people in this house, they're 11 and they're not that strong. Like weight wise, like heavy lifting wise, not strong. So it's like, okay, I am willing to walk on nubs to protect my babies. So even though I fell earlier and I didn't feel pain earlier, I was okay until I had to go up and down the steps a couple of times with the heavy boxes, and I'm starting to feel it now. So let me see what time it is. It is 9:24, February the 3rd. Oh, and that was another thing, because we went to pay the rent today, but I don't know how much to pay them, because if I pay them my full rent here, then I don't know if I got to pay a partial month at the new place. And if I got to do that, I don't have money like that. I am poor. I live in the projects. So if I pay my full rent for this apartment, yeah, they might reimburse me, but they don't reimburse you back for 90 days. Okay, if I'm going to have to pay partial rent up there, probably pay, they're going to pay to the I think it's $35 to get the lights switch, which they're doing it, like they already called. So they're switching the lights to the new place. They're paying for the movers. I have to pay to get my internet switched at the new place, but they're going to pay me back in 90 days. So if I got to pay to get it switched to the new address, I just got to give them the bill and like to show that, okay, this is how much they charge me, and I pay, which is auto paid, so that's not no biggie. But yeah, so if I gotta pay anything to get it switched to the new address, then they will pay me back in 90 days. Because that's what happened here. Because when we moved here, that did not exist. They had to drill that fresh. And they were like, that's the only place that it can go. It can't go downstairs. It can't go like in the front of the room, in the front of the apartment, because it's like we don't, like, there's nobody's box. Like, we don't have a box back there. The box is in the back. So this was the only room that they were allowed. This was the only room that they put that in. And that was $100. And yes, I paid it. But they end up paying me back the $100 for that, and then it was like a $30 fee to move it. So they end up paying me back the $130. So so I got paid back, but it was 90 days later. But I had to pay it because it's auto drafted, so it was coming out regardless. Like, I couldn't break it down or anything. But yeah, so I'm just in pain. I'm tired physically and mentally.